Hello, welcome back to my world of stuff. My name is Paul Mount. If you are new to this channel, if you've been drawn to it by the mention of Blake Seven like a moth to a flame, why not think about subscribing to this channel? It's full of retro TV, retro films, books, unboxings, loads of Doctor Who, loads of Blake Seven stuff. So stick around to the channel. I think you might find that there's plenty of stuff here for you to enjoy. At the moment, I believe 55% of viewers of the channel are not subscribed. So come on, do the decent thing. Make an old grey-haired man very happy and like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Right, hello. Yes, it's me, Paul Mount, in my world of stuff. Very quick video today. One of my greatest surprises and pleasures last year in terms of physical media was the unexpected release of the first series of Terry Nation's Blake Seven on Blu-ray towards the end of the year. I'm not a massive fan of Blake Seven. I watched it at the time when it was on. It was always the poor relation to Doctor Who to me because I am a Doctor Who boy through and through. And it was very much a low-budget space adventure series in the vein of Star Trek. And I watched it and enjoyed it, but I was aware of its failings and its shortcomings. And it's never been hugely high on my list of favourite TV shows. However, when the BBC announced a new Blu-ray box set for season 1 last year, I was intrigued and excited because it offered the possibility of sort of a rehabilitation of the series, plus the enticing attraction of lots of new supporting special features. One of the great things about the Doctor Who Blu-ray releases, which makes them the very best physical media representations of any TV show at the moment, is the enormous amount of special stuff that those sets give us. New interviews, new features, documentaries, behind the scenes things, location things. It's an endless tide of fascinating new material that casts a new light on what is quite old vintage TV material as far as Doctor Who is concerned. I was very pleased when the first Blake Seven series did something very similar with a terrific new making of documentary, an archive documentary, interviews with stars, a lot of stuff, a lot of new stuff, a lot of time and effort went into that set. And at the time we were hopeful, I think, that there would be more sets, because certainly Blake Seven looked different to me and I looked at it in a different way and I appreciated a lot more watching it on Blu-ray. And with the distance now from the time when it was made, I could appreciate much more what the show was all about, what it was really doing. And I think that future seasons, although I think there was some work being done behind the scenes on them, very much depended on how the first season sold. And I think it sold extremely well. It sort of topped the sort of TV, DVD charts and was very well received by the show's fans. So not surprisingly, earlier this year, the BBC announced that season 2 was on its way. They haven't given us the date yet. And this very week, in fact, this very day, which is why I'm doing this video, Lee Binding, who does a lot of the artwork for the Doctor Who Blu-ray box sets, has revealed his art for the cover and interior of the upcoming season 2 box set. And I thought, in case you haven't seen it yet, I'd share it all here for you today. 4 images were released today from this new set, and I'll talk about them as I show them to you. First one up is the pack shot. This is the shot which you normally find on sites like Amazon, Zavi and so on, which shows you how the set will actually look. And you can see the set there with its 6 discs, what looks like the usual excellent behind the scene booklet. I mean, these do follow very much the template of the Doctor Who sets, and those have been hugely successful. So why wouldn't you follow that template? So you've got a booklet which looks behind the scenes at the series. You've got the box set itself with the Liberator on the cover and what looks like Federation pursuit ships gathering around it. The shot of the cover then with Blake and his 5 human co-conspirators gathered around him, and the looming menace of Servalan in the background. 2 points to make about this cover, I think. It very wisely focuses on what Blake Seven is. It's about characters, and I think if you watch the series, you will know and agree that that's what is the strength of the show. The very strong lead characters, played by a bunch of really good actors, given some quite juicy material at times. It's not, as in the Doctor Who sets, about the Doctor and his monsters and adversaries. You always see that in the Blu-ray box sets. You get the Doctor, gathered around him are the creatures, the aliens, Daleks, Cybermen, Axons, Autons, whatever they are. But this is about people. It's a series not about monsters and spaceships, although stuff like that features. But the strength of the series and the focus of the series is on the characters, so I think quite rightly. the box set focuses on characters with just some generic space stuff. You've got the Liberator down in the corner and a couple of sort of space debris and planets and things, just to sort of show people who might not know that Blake 7 is in fact a science fiction show. I think it's a really nice cover. The interior box I think looks really nice. That's where all the discs and the booklet will reside. And yeah, I think it's also very nice that Gan features sort of in the center of the cover. Not giving away any spoilers for people who might know, but Gan plays a fairly important part in this particular series, and it's nice to see him getting a bit of focus on the set itself, because very often in the series he was sort of background heavy, you didn't have a lot to do or say. Then we have a closer look at the actual cover. Not much more to say about that, but it shows you how beautiful the artwork is. I mean, Lee Biney is a terrific artist. He really captures the look and likeness of those actors absolutely perfectly. And it's a very dynamic looking cover, very colourful, very spacey, very science fiction with its blues and that texture of out in the universe and the cosmos. 6-disc set, as it says there, 12 rating to be confirmed, and of course the Blake 7 logo looming large at the bottom of the picture. I think it's a really nice image. It's going to look fantastic on the shelf. And then we have the third main image, which is presumably an interior image. It's hard to tell, or whether it's on the back, but that's again a very nice dynamic picture of the cast gathered around Blake, and again it shows Gan in a position of strength alongside Blake, again sort of subtly emphasizing for those who don't know what happens in the series that Gan is a major character in this particular run of episodes. So there we are. That's the artwork as we have it at the moment. There is another image that was released that's just a straightforward close-up of the front image without the lettering around it. But these are the three main images for the set, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic. It looks really good, and I'm so pleased, one, that they're doing the second series of Blake 7, and two, that they're looking for a sort of a uniform style, which is what you want with these shows. If you're doing a series, particularly one like this, which has a finite run, there are 4 seasons, when it's all done, hopefully in a couple of years' time, you want to see them on the shelf just looking neat and tidy together. I'm not one who makes a fuss about cover design and slips and spines and lettering matching and things like that, but I think for series like this, it's quite important that they do have a uniformity to them, because they are aimed at collectors. This is a show that's going to be picked up by long-time fans of the shows, new fans of the shows perhaps, who watch some repeats on digital or whatever, on our streaming service, or have been exposed to it by family members and want to collect it themselves. And I think it's nice when it looks neat and tidy on the shelf. As for special features, well, we don't know what they're going to be yet, so we can sort of guess and conjecture. There's not an enormous number of the cast left alive, sadly. We had Sally Knivet interviewed in the first set, so I would imagine we'll get Jan Chappell, who played Callie, in the second, although she may appear in the third because that was her final season. We have Michael Keating, who's still alive, but I understand he's quite unwell, so I don't know whether he would have been able to participate in any of the new special features. I'm sure there'll be some new commentaries, more behind the scenes stuff, perhaps a documentary about the making of season 2, more behind the scenes special effecty stuff. There's all sorts of stuff I'm sure that could be done, and I look forward to finding out what new stuff is going to be included on the set. And when I find out, you will know too, because I will put up a video letting you know. So I hope you've enjoyed this brief look at what's to come from the Blake 7 set. Very exciting. I'm very much looking forward to it, and as I said, we don't know when it's out yet. I suspect it'll be October. There's a new Doctor Who set which I think is due out in August or September, so I can see this. It'll certainly be out before Christmas, that's for sure. And it's nice to think that now with season 2 confirmed, we will almost certainly get 3 and 4 as well. Anyway, that's the news from Blake 7. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, as I said, please like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below if you're excited about Blake 7 season 2, because despite the fact that I'm not a massive fan of the show, I'm looking forward to it. Right, I'll see you soon. Until I do, keep taking the stuff.